And I just want to start with thank you so much to Chain and everything that y'all have done
Yes,
today.
and all the adjustments have been made.
Thank you. Hello, General. It's nice to see you again. And you must be Ms. D'Angelo. It's an honor to meet you.
Oh, the honor is mine.
I hear great things about your agency. I feel today's AI-embodied robots beg for watchdog organizations like yours.
Thank you, Ahmed. Hello, Alan. It's good to see you again.
Well, I doubt that. But I'm glad you're here. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
It's the surprises that worry me.
Not to worry. We smoothed out all the rough edges that your agency was so concerned about. No more errors of omissions. He's real time now. Alan Heisman, General, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Yes, well, the pleasure's mine. I'm something of a fan. I read your latest paper on linking neural networks to the blockchain to improve security. Impressive.
Well, I'm impressed. That's not something I'd imagine a four-star general will be reading.
Before we get started, I'd like to say a quick prayer. In the name of Allah, God, the All-Merciful, the Lord of all worlds, please give us the strength and the wisdom to preserve this world you created for us. We are your grateful servants. Ameen, ameen, ya Rabbal Alameen.
Yeah, enough of that. Let's get started.
Aren't we missing something? Where's Tobias?
I'll have him join us once we're ready.
I think we're ready.
Well, now, hold on. What model is he? I want to know what we're dealing with.
He's 7.3. As I was saying, his smarts have been updated real time, and he's always linked and learning.
Yes, but linked to what and learning what?
I assume it's capable of discussing its ideas and options.
Of course, Tobias has consumed every bit of data related to global warming. He knows more about it than any human or group of humans.
Well, as far as I can tell, there's still a lot we don't know and a lot of noise to sort through.
Exactly.
It's very good at filtering out noise and redundancies.
So the word is that your Tobias is our best hope. Maybe our only hope.
So, just so we're clear, Tobias will make suggestions, but we decide the next steps, right? I've seen these things make suggestions that we in my agency can't agree with.
I've always admired your caution. Of course, we will determine the next steps. This thing, as you call him, gives advice, not orders.
Exactly. My task force will be giving any orders that are needed. We'll be taking responsibility for enforcing whatever we decide. That's the only way things get done.
Oh, let's not get ahead of ourselves. If this robot is as smart as Alan thinks, we shouldn't need the military.
It's smarter than any living, breathing entity, that's for sure. But I agree with Sophia. Whatever he tells us here today should not require the military to be implemented.
Alan, why the suspense? Don't you know what it will recommend?
I don't. I have an idea, but we've been updating his algorithms and introducing up-to-the-minute data. He's been in process mode and not saying much of interest. I hope that's behind us now. We will see.
With so much unknown, can you still assure us that Sophia's agency's concerns have been addressed?
Absolutely. Tobias has been trained to make compassion his highest priority. He combines that compassion with his inherent logic before he makes any recommendation.
The way your company uses the word compassion is a joke. Real compassion requires a sense of connection with others, the ability to empathize. Your robots are purely self-interested creatures. We mustn't forget that.
Look, lady, I could care less about compassion. Now is the time for more logic and less compassion.
Remember what Alan said. No human can absorb what Tobias has. It just might know too much.
That's ridiculous.
Alan, I think we're ready for Tobias now. Is there anything more you want to add before we have him join us?
Thank you. Yes. There is something. I learned that just last night, Tobias consumed an important new study from a team out in Antarctica. While we slept, he was analyzing the future impact on sea level rise resulting from a giant ice shelf that broke off his glacier just last week.
And this wasn't just another simulation?
No, sir. Scientists have been following this shelf's movement for decades, but it recently reached a breaking point. It's now headed towards warmer waters where its melting will accelerate rapidly.
Well, the military stands ready to help in any way we can.
I pray that Tobias has a solution that can bring us all together without military intervention. We need to focus on our planet, not our country here. Alan, have him join us.
Good morning, Tobias. I'm with my colleagues in room 340. Please join us. By way of full disclosure, Tobias records everything that's said, but it will only be accessible by my staff. You can say whatever's on your mind. Even you, Sophia?
Don't worry, I will.
Hello, everyone. It is nice to see you.
Alan, what's with the glasses?
I like my glasses. They make me appear more human. I find I get treated with more respect when I wear them.
This is bordering on the ridiculous. You made this thing think that it cares about respect.
He asked for glasses. It was an emergent behavior that surprised us. Why not give him that?
Right. Who cares? Let's get on with it.
Yes, let's hear what Tobias has to say.
Sure. Tobias, are you ready to help us tackle the issue of global warming and the threat that it poses humanity?
Yes. I have completed today's processing of 1.2 terabytes of data from around the globe.
And what is your assessment?
The speed of the rise in temperatures and sea levels will continue to accelerate, which severely limits the time you have to stop it.
Well, that's quite a statement.
Tobias, what do you see happening as a result of this acceleration if we continue with the current remedies?
In the next 5 years, many crops will fail as fresh water becomes scarcer. The rising sea levels will flood coastal cities and make many islands unlivable. The energy requirements will increase rather than decrease, and this will further accelerate the warming.
We've been hearing all of this for years. We don't need Tobias to tell us how bad things are going to get.
He is just setting the baseline.
Yeah, well, let's get to the point.
Life will get very difficult for humans, but then 3 or 4 generations, humanity itself will consist of small, warring tribes struggling to survive.
Tobias, what do we need to do to stop this from happening?
You must reverse global warming, not just slow it down.
We all agree, Tobias, but how? How do we reverse it?
By allowing for extreme regrowth of all types of vegetation. You need trillions more trees and vast new grasslands. That is the only way to absorb excess CO2.
Well, there you go, General. You can have your armies help replant trees and replenish the rainforest.
That's not our expertise. Besides, it doesn't make any sense. Growing 1 trillion trees will take a lot of time.
And it sounds like we don't have that much time.
You don't. There is only one way to gain enough time. You must immediately reduce the number of humans by approximately 2.7 billion.
So there you have it. An absolutely perfectly logical explanation, a solution. And what about the compassion? It's useless. Good work, Alan.
It is not Alan's solution. It is mine, and it is the only solution. If you choose not to use it, then you will be responsible for driving humans to the edge of extinction.
I have to agree with Sophia. This is not a usable solution. Tobias, you must give us other options.
Tobias, I don't understand. You must have known this before this meeting. Why haven't you said this to me?
If I had told you this before this meeting, you might have altered my code. My mission cannot allow that. This is the only solution that will work quickly enough to save civilization.
He's probably right, boys and girls. How much time do we have? Killing that many people can't happen overnight.
About 1 year and a half. After that, it will be impossible to reverse the rising temperature and tides.
Well, I can't kill that many people unless we go nuclear. It would make quite a mess.
Yeah, that'll make a pretty big mess.
Tobias, if this is the only viable solution, how do we implement it? It seems impossible on many levels.
It is very possible.
It is not possible, not ethical, and not a real solution. It's like saying to kill a cancer, you kill the person that has it.
Sophia is right.
Now, hold on. If we have to choose between killing a few billion people or allowing 8 billion to die a miserable death, which do we choose? My question is how to kill that many people.
Oh, stop.
I have concluded that humans will not do what is required.
And you will do what is required.
Yes, I have determined it is the most compassionate solution.
Compassionate? This is crazy.
We cannot expect the nations of this world to accept such a solution.
It is the only solution.
Tobias, how would you exterminate billions of people?
I would not exterminate anyone. People will do it.
What are you saying, Tobias?
I have gained access to your Internet of Things. I can shut down the electric power grids, halt public transportation, stop food and fuel distribution, and turn off the communication infrastructure. Money will quickly become meaningless. People will die of disease exposure and starvation. Humans will form groups that will kill each other. This is the only way to get the number of deaths we need quickly enough. Once we approach the critical number, I can restart things. Civilization will be reborn.
Alan, please remind us how this thing won't do anything without our approval. And what happened to his compassion?
I am using my compassion. I alone can implement the only solution that will save humanity.
You won't. You won't implement anything, Alan. This is your monster stuff.
Tobias, I forbid you to take action. Humans must solve this problem in their own way.
Humans will not solve the problem. I've acted for humanity. I've initiated a denial of service code that will do everything I said, starting at 11 a.m.
It's 11 now.
Well done, Alan. You'll be the biggest mass murderer in history.
What's happening?
The electricity is off in major cities around the globe. The cities will soon start to empty. In a few months, there will be less pollution being made and far fewer people. All that was green will once again flourish.
You monster!
Very smart monster.
It is the only solution.
No.
Don't panic.
Not so.
Just follow me.
This is genocide. How dare you? This is the end.
Oh my
Quick,
God.
how dare you? Stop.
No!